place I called my home. Seems now so long ago. With my sorrows in a bag I neatly packed. As I drove miles into the night, I seemed to lose my appetite for the stories that I carried on my back. Now I'm driving like the wind. Now I'm riding with the moon. Every road sign says how many miles to you, how many miles, how many miles. First few days I wore a mask, changed my name to hide the past. But the show went on and seemed to tell it all. I'm not the girl you think I am. Led you to so many dead ends. There are still some things I left upon your shelf. Somewhere I lost my last disguise, and I took a final bow. My hands are on the wheel and I can see where I'm headed now. Feel the mystery of the road pulls me down, I wanna go. In this darkness there is sugar, blood and wine. Now I'm driving towards the dawn. I don't know how long I've been gone. There's a west wind that is calling out my name. Now I'm driving like the wind. Now I'm riding with the moon. Every road sign says how many miles to you, how many miles, how many miles. Now I'm driving like the wind. Now I'm riding with the moon. Every road sign says how many miles to you, how many miles, how many miles, how many miles, how many miles, how many miles. Left the place I called my home. Seems now so long ago. With my sorrows in a bag I neatly packed. As I drove miles into the night, I seemed to lose my appetite for the stories that I carried on my back. Now I'm driving like the wind. Now I'm riding with the moon.
Hi everyone, I'm Eric Rickert, current president of the Kirkwood Meadows Public Utility District, and I have the very pleasant task today of saying thank you to all those who have helped make this festival and auction a success. I'd like to start with thanking Rick Ansel, our Assistant General Manager, and Jessica Gillis, our board clerk, for representing the district staff on the festival committee this year. So thank you, Rick. Thank you, Jess. And I want to thank the community members who I consider to be the heart and soul of the festival committee. This year, that's Cheryl Stern, Ann O'Grady, Beth McAllister, Sandy Goldberg, Ann Oppenheimer, and Todd Oppenheimer. Thank you, folks, for all the wonderful work you've done this year and continue to do. I'd like to take this opportunity to also thank you, our fire department volunteers. KVFD is, of course, an all-volunteer fire department, and so without you folks, we would not have a fire department. So thank you to our chief, Rick Ansel. Thank you to our captains, Spencer Patterson, Clayton Kelly, and Tom Harris. And thank you to our other 5 or 6 year-round volunteers, and then the others who join the seasonally during the winter, who bring our workforce, our fire force, up to 15. These folks respond to alarms and emergencies of all kinds, both within the valley and up and down Highway 88 from Carson Pass down to Tragedy Springs. Thank you for everything you do for Kirkwood. And I want to thank all of you, our community, for your generous donations and annual support of our summer festival. Without you, we wouldn't be able to have all the equipment necessary to keep our fire volunteers safe and effective in the work that they do. Over the past 7 years alone, your donations have enabled the acquisition of a thermal imaging camera, a lift assist gurney, a hydraulic feed wood chipper, sets of personal protection equipment, sets of breathing apparatus or SCBAs, and most recently, an oxygen fill station for filling the SCBA tanks. None of this would have been possible without your continued and generous support. So many thanks to all of you from the bottom of our hearts at the district. Thanks very much.
Hi everybody, my name's Todd Oppenheimer, and I'm going to be your host for this virtual 2020 fundraising festival we're having this year. You know, I'm sad, like all of you, that we can't be meeting face to face, eating, sharing a little of the Firefighters' amazing barbecued chicken, but we have what we have. We are now going to be able to show you a lot more of what this event has always been about, which is the Kirkwood Volunteer Firefighters Department. You are going to be able to meet the firefighters. You're going to hear stories of theirs about their crazy rescues. You're going to be able to watch them put on their gear in lightning speed, which is pretty cool. And then the main thing is we're going to learn a fair amount about what we're really raising money for this year, which is a new vehicle that the fire department desperately needs. This is called a Light Rescue Command Vehicle, and it's different, and we've been without it for a long time. You'll understand why we really need it now. We have what we call a donate and dance party to the tunes from our favorite band, $10 Pony. That's going to be fun. They're good, you'll see. And we have a storytelling hour for the children among us, or for your inner child, with firefighter Reba reading Clifford the Big Red Dog's Adventures as a Firefighter. And we also have a tour of Engine 93. So throughout this program, remember that you can donate anytime. You can bid on auction items. The auction items listings are really, really cool. It's a different way to see them this year, but they're a lot and they're neat. So check them out. The auction will remain open till 7 p.m. So anytime. This year, we've got a real boost. Somebody has given us, an anonymous donor, a $60,000 challenge grant, which is a huge deal. Any dollar you donate is going to be doubled, which is really, really an important thing. So before we get a chance to meet our frontliners, the fire department's mascot, the bear, has something to say.
Hi everyone! I'm the luckiest bear alive because I get to be the mascot for the amazing Kirkwood Volunteer Fire Department! Yay! The only problem is I don't have a name.
Oh, little bear, I know. I feel bad for you. I mean, who wants to live without a name? But I got good news. You do have a name. It was just chosen for you by the Kirkwood community. Your name is Captain Kirk. How about that? Isn't that cool? Captain Kirk, congratulations.
I really love my name. Oh yes, I love my name. I get to keep this name.
And guess who chose that name? The Biddick Van Dissen family. And they get a prize too. They get this prize. I mean, isn't this cool? An authentic Kirkwood Volunteer Fire Department helmet. I mean, you could do stuff like that. Is that the best? I want this helmet. I mean, I'm so jealous. I submitted a name. Somebody didn't like my name, I guess, as well as yours. What's up with that? Anyway, okay, congratulations. It's a great name. You have now a great name. Forceful, Kirkwoodish. Congratulations.
I love my name. I love my name. I love my name.
So I think we're finally ready to get on with the show. You have a treat in store for you.
Hi, I'm Chief Rick Ansel with Kirkwood Volunteer Fire Department. I'd like to introduce you to all my wonderful volunteers and also talk to you about the new vehicle we'd like to purchase.
Hi, my name is Reba Moreau, and I am at the Kirkwood Volunteer Fire Department. I work as a volunteer firefighter and EMT, and I have been here for 6 months.
My name's Spencer Patterson. I am a captain here at Kirkwood Volunteer Fire Department. I've been on the department for 6 years.
My name is Brandon Bruzese. I've been here at KMPUD for about 2 years, and I've been a volunteer firefighter for 1 year.
Hi, my name is Tom. I'm a mechanic for Kirkwood PUD and a volunteer captain for the Kirkwood Fire Department.
Hi, my name is Jed. I'm one of the volunteer firefighters for Kirkwood Fire. This is my first year doing it.
I'm John Post. I've been with the fire department for a little over 3 years. I took a break and came back. Firefighter and medic, and I do it for my community.
My name is David McCullers. I'm currently a firefighter with the Kirkwood Volunteer Fire Department.
My name's Clayton Kelly. I've been here at Kirkwood now for 3 years, living up here.
I wanted to be a marine biologist when I was a young man, but that wasn't really in the cards. Living up here in the mountains, not really close to the ocean, but firefighting is the next best thing.
We're the first person that shows up on someone's worst day, and so to be able to help somebody on their worst day and get them help and send them to the right direction to get better help is just very rewarding.
I just really enjoy helping.
I have a genuine desire to help people.
I've always wanted to help people.
So when I was a kid, I realized that I really wanted to help people.
Being a firefighter up here at Kirkwood's, it's an interesting job. We're a pretty niche fire department. We do a lot of things that a lot of other fire departments around the state don't necessarily have to deal with. We do ice rescue training because we have all the area lakes here that freeze over in the winter. We're out on the highway. We land helicopters all the time in the winter for skier injuries on the mountain. We land a lot of helicopters in the summer just because we're so remote, and it takes a long time to get an ambulance up here. I've waited, upwards of 2 hours to get an ambulance up here before.
Being a firefighter is much more nerve-wracking than what I was thinking. The fact that you have to size up a scene for hazards, which most people run away from.
It teaches you a lot of responsibility and how to work as a team to overcome challenges.
It's fun to be a Kirkwood volunteer firefighter. We get to do a lot of fun activities, trainings, and obviously go out on calls.
I guess my most memorable call would be we had a search and rescue Round Top Lake, I believe, and a diabetic patient, and he was in need of help, and we hiked probably 8 miles in, and we called a helicopter in. They lowered a long line, and we plucked him out and got him to the help he needed.
One of our guests on the mountain had a seizure. I happened to be the first person there before ski patrol, and so I was there to help look after our guests as well as start to calm the scene and all of our guests around us. Ski patrol arrived, and although I didn't have a chance to follow the patient to the medical center, I did hear about how our fellow firefighters went all the way over to the medical center because they had to land a helicopter.
But nothing beats a call at 3 o'clock in the morning on a snowy day where the roads are completely covered in snow. You can't see more than 5 feet in front of your face, and you get called out to, unfortunately, a car accident. Just the experience of even getting there, much less working in that environment, it's really challenging, but it's also a lot of fun.
Whew, there's been a lot. I think the most memorable one is rescuing a cat out of a tree. And yes, we did do that 2 summers ago. None of us at the time had ever had that kind of a call. And we were pretty much laughing all the way there and all the way back. It was fun. We got the cat out of the tree.
We are a tight resort community. We look after all of our guests, and a lot of them happen to have trauma injuries on the mountain, but every single time we have a really awesome fire team to respond, and we have to land a lot of helicopters.
Wow! Can you believe what Reba said? Our firefighters run towards danger rather than away from it. They are brave. I wonder if they ever get scared.
Do I ever get scared as a firefighter? Sometimes I get really nervous, but through my training and my experience, I typically push that down and do what's needed at the time.
Yeah, I do sometimes on the call.
Yes, I do get scared when I hear that there's an emergency. I think most firefighters, like myself, feel the nerves when we have to get into the truck and as we're driving to the incident. In that time, I tend to coach myself, think about, the first steps and scene size up, and that tends to help make me get over my fear, and I really get a focus on the people in front of me, the danger that's ahead, and really stay grounded.
Yes, I do get scared. I believe every firefighter does get scared. If he says he doesn't, then he's lying to you. But that is a part of the adrenaline, and makes you a better person as you feel that fear, and you got to dig deep within yourself and really remember why you're doing this and help you overcome that fear.
Our volunteers are asked to do a lot of different things, and our goal is to keep them safe so they go home to their families. Firefighter gear is very heavy. Once you put on your jacket and your pants and your boots, and sometimes your self-contained breathing apparatus, you're wearing about 70 pounds of equipment on your body. And firefighter gear also is designed to keep you safe in really hot, steamy environments, so it doesn't breathe, meaning that you get really hot and sweaty inside your gear.
You get heated up pretty quickly. You want to make sure you're hydrated at all times so that whenever there's a call, you can be ready to go, because it will drain the water out of you and make you tired very quickly.
We run to our lockers and don our PPE at our lockers and then get on the truck. The noise you're hearing, it's called a personal accountability system. When a firefighter stops moving or is injured, it'll start alarming so they can be located by another firefighter.
The gear itself isn't that hard to put on. They make it really easy so we can do it real quick.
A pretty girl darkened my doorway. She's been coming round since June, and I can't hear a word she's saying. All I can hear is that she's leaving soon. She's leaving soon, leaving soon. She told me she might love me if it weren't for circumstance. I can hear what she's saying. All I can hear is I got half a chance.
They are fast. It takes 2 people at least 4 minutes just to get my t-shirt on. Stay tuned to hear from our fire chief, Rick Ansell, about the Kirkwood Volunteer Fire Department's biggest need.
Wow, that was really cool. What a crew, huh? I mean, amazing, the stuff they've done. And can you believe they're all volunteers? I can't believe that, the work that they do for us. So now we get to learn a little more about something they really, really need.
Hi, it's Chief Rick Ansell again, and this is why we need your help. We want to replace this 1993 Chevy full-size pickup that has a box in the back that you probably can see with a newer Type 6 vehicle that's going to be able to help us out in the future. It'd have the capability to have 250 gallons of water in it to pump, to have extrication equipment, to have EMS equipment on it, and also replace the need to take this vehicle that I'm standing next to, our Type 1 engine, out as much. Our goal here is to keep this Type 1 vehicle like our old engine 30 plus years. So by using a newer, smaller vehicle that will handle most of our calls, we can reduce the amount of wear and tear on our more expensive vehicle right here. With the addition of a Type 6 vehicle, it'll allow us to be able to respond to emergencies more efficiently. For example, in the wintertime, the parking lots get really full, as you've seen, due to ski traffic, and sometimes it's really challenging for us to get in the back corner of a parking lot or down a road because the bigger vehicles just can't get in there. With smaller vehicles, we can get in there and do what we need to do. And with this new Type 6, it's 4-wheel drive, it'll have some water on it and a pump. We'll be able to deal with a fire or smoking car or whatever it might be. In the summertime, a new Type 6 vehicle with a pump and a tank will allow us to deal with emergencies in campgrounds and traveling over bridges that have weight restrictions on them and our bigger vehicles aren't allowed to go on. As you know, in Kirkwood, we have these late afternoon thunderstorms that pop up in the summertime, and usually out of a thunderstorm, you're going to get lightning, of course. And so having water supply with us versus using hand tools or carrying the water on our backs will really support us quite a bit. We'd like to fund this vehicle using your generous donations for the next 4 years to help us basically buy either a used or a new vehicle. A used one's about $120,000 and a new one can be up to $250,000. By using your generous donations, we'd like to either purchase a vehicle and or use those funds in support of with a grant to get this resource here, which is really desperately needed for our community and for our fire department. It'll not only be a great asset year-round, but it also will reduce the time that we're using in the bigger engine, which is starting to age, and we really want to make this large engine, this Type 1 engine, last as long as possible. So again, we're looking to replace an older vehicle and also get a vehicle that's going to really support the community, winter or summer. And we appreciate whatever consideration that you might have in helping us obtain our goal.
I don't know if you picked up on it or not, but when Chief Rick was talking about that old 93 Chevy that they want to replace, here's what he meant. Remember, he said there's this box in the back, and what he means by that is that's how they have to carry water. The only way they can bring water to a fire with that truck is by loading it into these backpacks for the firefighters and sticking them in the back and carrying them up a canyon or a campground. That's an extra 40 pounds that they have to put on their backs in addition to the heavy gear that they're already wearing. So, how fast can they respond to a fire up a canyon when they're carrying that kind of weight? So this is why, or one of the big reasons why they really, really need that new light rescue vehicle, because that pumps water. It carries a whole bunch of water and pumps it. And then they can protect us, they can respond more quickly and protect all of us in the community in the mountains a lot more effectively. So now we've got the next stage of our fun, which is what we told you about, our donate and dance party, to the tunes of $10 Pony, our favorite band. So while you're dancing, which we hope you'll do, after every spin, get online, donate, give what you can. It'll be fun. So now, $10 pony.
What song are we singing?
10,000 Stones.
10,000 Stones.
The song it features some Buddhist monks in the middle of it. Listen for the Buddhist monks. They're wearing crimson robes.
Oh, now you've made it too easy.
1, 2, 3, 4. Were dreaming I was playing in a rock and roll band, and all the people had a good time all around the bandstand. They were dancing, they were singing, they were waving their hands in the air. And as the sun was going down, I felt the joy without a care. In a circle around the stage, there were 10,000 little stones. Everybody who had come there, they had brought one of their own. And on each stone was painted a word in someone's hand. All the trouble and the sorrow of the family of man. 10,000 stones like a shadow from the bottom of your soul. 10,000 stones, write a name down on a rock and let it go. Then you take it and you hold it in your hand. Feel the power but don't try to understand. Then you walk it on down to the river, drop it in and let it go. Crimson spirits walking with us, they had tiny grains of sand. All the colors of the rainbow they were making with their hands. Blessing of this place when music flows out of the ground. Put the blessing in the river, let the water take it down.
Wasn't that the best? I mean, just two people sitting there in their own rooms, cooking up music like that. I just love it. To show you how committed $10 Pony is to us, they are selling their CDs, and they've offered to donate $5 for every CD they sell to the Light Command vehicle that we're trying to raise money for. So I hope you'll join them, and I hope you did while you were dancing. If you didn't, please do it now. This is a good time to support this vehicle. So next up, our next chunk of fun, we have firefighter Reba with our story time. She'll be reading Clifford the Big Red Dog and his adventures as a firefighter. And then we also have a great little bit from Captain Spencer, who will be showing us a tour of the main engine, Engine 93, and all the amazing things that it holds and can do, the equipment it uses, how it uses it. It's really fascinating. as Captain Spencer is explaining this vehicle, remember this is very different. As great as this vehicle is, there's a lot of things it cannot do. It can't get to these hard to reach places and your campgrounds and in gullies and canyons and so on. That's what they need the light command vehicle for. So that's why we're here. That's why we're really trying to muscle it up and generate some money this year.
Yay! I love Clifford. Get comfy, everybody.
Hi, my name is Reba and I'm a volunteer EMT and firefighter. Today we're going to read Norman Bridwell's Clifford the Firehouse Dog. My name is Emily Elizabeth and this is my dog Clifford. Clifford is not the oldest in his family, but he's the biggest. Last week, Clifford and I went to the city to visit Clifford's brother Nero. Clifford knew the way. Nero lives in a firehouse. He is a fire rescue dog. I asked the firefighters if Clifford could help him. They thought he was the right color for the job. Just then, a group of school children came in for a fire safety class. Nero showed them what to do if their clothing was on fire. To smother the flames, you stop, drop to the floor, and roll until the fire is out. Clifford thought he could do that. He repeated the lesson for the class. He stopped, he dropped, and he rolled. He rolled a little too far. Just then, we heard the siren. There was a fire! Nero stayed to guard the children. Clifford and I ran ahead. He cleared the street for the fire trucks. Smoke was pouring from the top floor of a tall building. Clifford pushed the crowd back to a safe place. He saw some people in trouble. Clifford to the rescue! The heavy hose was hard to unreel. Clifford gave the firefighters a hand. But then he saw that the fire hydrant was stuck shut. Thank goodness Clifford was there to unstick it. They had to get the smoke out of the building. Clifford made a hole in the roof. The firefighters were calling for more water. Clifford found some. He helped clear the smoke away. When the fire was out, Clifford made sure that the firefighters got out of the building safely. They were grateful for everything he had done to help. We gave some firefighters a ride back to the firehouse. Clifford was a hero. The fire chief made him an honorary fire rescue dog, just like his brother Nero. Clifford's fire safety rules. Tape the number of your fire department to your telephone. Know 2 different ways out of your house or apartment building. Choose a place nearby where you and other members of your family can meet if you have to leave your house and get separated. Never go back into your house for anything if the building is on fire. Tell your mom or dad to change the battery in your smoke alarms every year on your birthday. Do not play with matches. Never use the stove without an adult. Thank you for joining me.
I'm so excited! So excited! So excited!
Hi, I'm Spencer Patterson, one of 4 officers at Kirkwood Fire Volunteer Fire Department. I'm here to show you today our primary engine that we take out on calls. It's a Type 1 vehicle. What distinguishes different types of fire apparatus. Type 1 would be how much water it holds, the size of ladders, how much hose it holds. It is a 4-wheel drive truck for the snow. We live at 10,000 feet elevation, so we deal with a lot of snow. We have chains for all 4 tires. I'll just show you inside. This would be the operator's engineer seat. The firefighter that would drive the vehicle and operate the pump panel. There's air packs in the seats so we can get our PPE on as we're en route to the call. You could fit 7 firefighters in this and respond to calls. This would be our pump panel. This is where we operate our gallons per minute and what application of water we want to use for different types of fires. We have what we call a cross lay up here for fire attack. We also have our backboards for medical calls as well here. This truck holds 500 gallons of water and about 1,200 gallons per minute pump capacity. Up here you have a hard line suction for if we don't have a fire hydrant nearby, we could suck or draft water out of a lake or stream and acquire water that way. And here is the tool compartment. We have snow shovels, traffic cones. We have all our axes in here, fire axes and shovels, Halligan bars. We have 2 hotel packs for their portable hose packs for if you wanted to go in a high rise and fight fire in a high rise building, multiple stories. Down here we call the engineer's compartment. We have multiple tools, pipe wrenches to turn on hydrants, K tools for breaking windows, turning off on gas valves, water valves, a lot of hose couplers, various nozzles, and extra spare bottles for the SCBA. We have these little cubby holes too with road vest, so we're safe on the highway when we're working around cars on the highway. We don't get hit by cars, and also road flares. Back here we also have everything for high and low angle rope rescue. If someone was off the side of a hill, we have all the equipment to make a rescue off the side of a cliff or hill. Down here we also have, it's called cribbing, if we need to stabilize a vehicle, keep it from moving around or tipping. And our stop sign pals for the highway.
Wow! So much gear, and that's not even half the vehicle. What else is on that fire engine, Captain Spencer?
If you come around back here, at the rear of the truck, this is where we do all our tools for means of auto extrication. So if someone's trapped into a vehicle or trapped by any means, we have most people known as the Jaws of Life, which is actually a spreading tool. We have cutters, a ram to lift dashes off people, sawzalls. It's just a hydraulic unit, one pull it starts. And you have your hose reel here that are hydraulic lines, and we can get to work cutting. Back here we have all our ladders. So we have 3 ladders back here. This is a 24-foot extension ladder, a 15-foot roof ladder, and a 10-foot attic ladder. And we also have various assortments of pike pulls, roof pulling tools, valve keys back there for valves in the street. This would be our ladder compartment. Up top would be our hose bed. We have large diameter supply line. This is large diameter supply line as well. We have just a 100-foot section of hose here for if we want to put water on fire very quickly. It's just a real short piece of hose. Instead of pulling a full 200 feet of hose, we could just pull 100 real quick and get water on the fire. Call it a trash line. If there's a garbage can on fire or small car fire, we would use this.
Whew! I hope there's not a test after this. Just kidding, kids. Don't go away. We have more compartments on the other side of the fire engine to look at.
Back here on this side, we have a positive ventilation fan if we need to ventilate smoke from a building or just push fresh air into a confined space or any type of building. We have a couple different fire extinguishers. One's just basic water, which is really useful, and one's a chemical halogen for electrical fires and grease fires. We also have some scene lighting here with the inverter, so we can light up our scene at night. Over here, we just have spare CBA bottles. In this compartment, we have vehicle stabilization tools. So if a car is unstable or wants to roll over, we have the means of stabilizing it so we can work safely around it. In these bags here are chains to aid the tools to stabilize vehicles. We could lift a vehicle up in the air if we wanted to ensure that there's no teeter-tottering happening. In here we also have a medical cabinet, so we have everything for basic life support and EMT level of care. So we have our medic bags in here, which is full of everything from trauma, bandages. We have oxygen. We deliver oxygen. We have suctions for airways, vitals kit for blood pressure, SpO2. We have an AED for cardiac arrest. And we also have everything for PD. So we have pediatric patients with children. So we have everything to treat children as well as adults. Can you come around to this side, and there's two sides of a pump panel, so we can also have discharge and input on this side of the vehicle. And once again, we have our air packs that are stowed within the seats. So we run to the station on a call, we get our turnouts on, and then on the way to the call, we get into our bunker gear on a fire. Up here would be the captain's seat. Whoever would be running the call, the incident commander of the call, would be sitting here. There's various maps, books, and radios there to operate the radio and run the call. I hope you all enjoyed. Thanks.
That fire engine sure does hold a lot of gear. Thank you, Captain Spencer, for making me feel very safe and protected by the Kirkwood Volunteer Fire Department.
And now, a quick word from our firefighters.
I'd like you to know that new System 6 is going to be really, really helpful to our effectiveness.
It would really help out if we could get a new vehicle here.
It would be a great asset to our team.
It's a squad type vehicle which would have full extrication capabilities as well as fire pump capabilities.
We're just so remote that, any sort of tool we have in our tool bag is definitely a huge asset to us.
So we could use your help in raising money for that engine and everything, so that would be pretty cool.
So please, give big. Great. And help us get our new engine.
So now we'd like to end this show with a little bit of Kirkwood love. But first, I want to thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed it.
The Kirkwood community means a lot to me, and I really take a lot of pride in trying to make sure it's protected at all times.
The answer is I love the mountains, I love to ski, and this community does mean a lot to me. I've spent 6 years of my life living on mountain.
The community here is something special. It's pretty unique. There's not many of us in town at all times, but we've come to rely on each other, and it's sort of like a second family.
Everyone's going to have your back if you need them. So
There are a lot of people up here that are here for the same reason. It's the mountain, it's the valley, it's the meadow. And it's just a very, very special place to be.
Fit bike rides, kayaking, yeah, it's paradise.
Kirkwood community means coming together and helping out, even if you don't work for that person or know that person, just helping them get what they need done.
Hike, fish, garden. I've got a community garden started over in our employee area. I really get a lot of peace out of gardening, seeing things grow.
Getting to know everybody. There's some really unique people up here that you won't find everywhere, and it's really cool to just get out and talk to people.
I realize that the community here is really top-notch, really close, really intimate.
I just want to thank the community. Without them, we wouldn't be here. You know, Kirkwood was a crazy idea that came up in Bud Klein's idea in 1968, and look how far we've come. I mean,
but overall, everyone here seems to be very well grounded, and I find that I'm part of a community even though I wasn't expecting it.
to be so far out here in the middle of nowhere, it's crazy, and it takes all of us to build this community and keep it going and keep it together.
Kirkwood is a special place for me because I've been coming here since I was in high school, way back in the 70s. And since that time, I've watched Kirkwood grow, and it's just a neat, tight type of community that is just very special. You know, wintertime skiing and all that it provides is wonderful, but also in the summer and the spring when the wildflowers come, and the fishing is really good, and the bicycle riding is really good. It's just a special place.
Just, if you see the firefighters out there, wave at them. We enjoy being out there with you guys.
And the last thing I would say is if you're of age, 18 years old, and you think that you can function and contribute to us, please come join us as a volunteer yourself.
Oh, I thought you were calling for water. Sorry. Call for water. Okay. Captain said.
Left the place I called my home. Seems now so long ago. With my sorrows in a bag I neatly packed. So I drove miles into the night.